Hello everyone, Kier here, and welcome to the InfiNOT podcast. I'm focused on the casual nature of the game, and each week I discuss the new patch, the new card, and my feelings on the game. Let's hop into it. So this week is a new season with the Marvel Rivals collab, and we have two new cards to talk about, and an announcement for High Voltage, which is really exciting. I won't be covering the card in that, just because I'd like to save that for when the mode comes out, but I will briefly talk about, what this other High Voltage might bring in terms of engagement and sort of their philosophy on it. And with the two new cards, let's start with Galacta. Galacta is a 4/6, and she says, each turn, the first card you play at another location reveals with +3 power. So the biggest benefit of Galacta is she puts the power on the card before the card reveals. So cards like Black Panther, Brood, Scarlet Spider, all of these cards that benefit from cards like Forge also benefit from Galacta. Now, originally, I thought that the way that this worked is the first card you play at each other location would gain +3, in which case her numbers would be insane. But thankfully, it's just one card. So one card at either of the other locations reveals with +3 power, making her effectively a 4/12 if played on both of those turns. A strange side effect of this is that, when you play Galacta down, if you want to use her effect, you're basically telling your opponent, yeah, I'm not playing in Galacta's lane. It's not necessarily, a given, but it's still something important to note. Wherever you put Galacta, you are shifting her potential powers somewhere else, right? Like, instead of playing Jessica Jones and getting that 10 power in a lane, you're spreading it out to other cards. And this card also, by virtue of +3 power, is always going to toe the line on, how impactful it is. Right now, it feels pretty fair. The lists that I'm seeing her in include, like, Surfer. You have that buff deck that uses Gwenpool in it. And I've also seen her in ramp lists, since if you're going to be playing one card a turn, it's pretty good to be giving those cards extra power. And obviously, right, when you think of Galacta, she does work with Galactus. I don't know if she's making that deck playable or not, but she is a combo with Galactus. So yeah, I mean, I like her effect and everything. I was trying to think of things I could say about her, but she's pretty simple. It's like Forge, but a little bit more conditional and a little bigger. So she's going to have places that she fits, and I think as a season pass card, it's good. It's versatile. It can fit in a bunch of decks. I think if you're playing Gwenpool in a deck, you probably want Galacta. And it's not always the case that they're interchangeable. Like, they do different things, but I think it works. Our next new card is Luna Snow. She is a 3/5 that says, on reveal, add an ice cube to each side of this location. And the ice cube is a 1/0 that says, at the start of each turn, get +1 energy, then destroy this if your side is full here. So Luna is an interesting, alternative to Wave, right? So Wave is great because she gets those 6-cost cards down to 4. You can play them early. It does give your opponent the same kind of benefit. I'd say the biggest difference here, though, is that, +1 energy is a lot more versatile. When you're talking about Wave, there are some decks that don't benefit off of that effect. But every deck can benefit off of having extra energy. So playing Luna Snow, you're basically doing one of two things. You're either trying to leverage that energy way better than your opponent can, or you're using that extra energy for cards that need it. And what I mean by that is the High Evo deck, which seems to be the most obvious place for Luna Snow right now. I mean, Sunspot, Cyclops, She-Hulk, Hulk, all those cards work great with Luna Snow. And if you throw Red Hulk in your deck, if they don't use the extra energy, they get punished for it. So, I think she's a natural fit in that deck. I think that she really, really does do well in there. As for me, I'm probably not getting this card. I don't know. If I don't like Hope in my decks, it's probably not going to change my mind to put Luna Snow in there. And I know that they do different things, but just for the sake of comparison, those are the easiest to compare. And yeah, for the decks that I enjoy, I don't think I need Luna Snow. Galacta, on the other hand, I am having fun with. I'm having fun experimenting in that like buff deck with Black Panther and Taskmaster and Scarlet Spider, and you're just buffing those guys, and then you duplicate them. It's fun. I like it. I don't think that I'm super duper impressed with Galacta. She just seems all right. I think that she's pretty good. And as for Luna Snow, I've seen her in a couple of decks, but I don't know if she's going to be a mainstay. These symmetrical effects, they're tricky to leverage. So, yeah. Overall, not too shabby. But speaking of decks, I do just want to give a quick shout out to Dual Gloves on the Snap.fan website. He saw my oatmeal deck that I posted a little while ago, and he featured it in the article for Jägersil, which was one of the new locations. I just wanted to say that was cool. That was nice to see. And this deck is still doing like extremely well for me. On the website right now, it has a 69% win rate, which is great. And yeah, I'm having fun with it. Although, and maybe we'll talk about this first. Marvel Rivals has taken over everything in my existence. I really love that game. I am so excited to hop into it, and I'm planning to make some content very soon. I'm recording some B-roll footage and things that I'm going to work with, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, love the Marvel Rivals collab. I think it's cool. I'm really excited for it. And speaking of things that I'm excited for, High Voltage. High Voltage is coming out pretty soon here, and this time the reward card is Lasher. And that looks to be pretty exciting. I'll go into that when that new mode comes out. But I really enjoy High Voltage. The last run of High Voltage was really awesome in that it wasn't as stressful as Deadpool's Diner. Like, the Diner actively makes me frustrated, whereas High Voltage makes me excited to play the game. And the rewards this time seem to be pretty good. There's some credits, some borders, that kind of thing, and then at the end you get the cards. So very cool. I'm excited to play around, do some dumb stuff, play InfiNOT a billion times. And yeah, I think that's everything. A little bit rambly. I'm all over the place today. Again, Marvel Rivals has taken over. I'm still going to be doing this podcast. I still play Marvel Snap. Don't worry about that. But I will be doing Rivals content as well. So keep your eyes peeled. But if there's one thing that you can remember, it's that I'm InfiNOT. Thanks for listening.